Hi everyone, today we are doing the reading about some kind of spiritual message or advice, and this is a pick a pile, pick a card type of video, so go ahead and pick whichever pile you are drawn to, whichever number you are drawn to, but preferably pick it based on intuition. I would recommend you to close your eyes, breathe 3 times while thinking about your question and focusing on it, and then the moment you open your eyes, the first pile your eyes will land on is the pile you intuitively would pick for that reading. All of the timestamps, all of the numbers will be in the description down below or probably in the comments. So yeah, go ahead and pick your pile and we'll get started. Hi, pile number 1. Let's see what kind of spiritual message and advice is coming up for you. Okay, let's start with general energy, which is emptiness. Okay, and let's move on for your cards. So we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Six of Swords, we have Ace of Jewels, we have the Woman of Nature, and the Child of Jewels. And this is your spiritual message. Okay, so what I'm seeing for you is that you have some kind of fresh start, or some kind of opportunity to start fresh and new, and you probably are now looking for some kind of new place for yourself, maybe spiritually or practically. Maybe you're looking for a new house or new group of friends, new, anything really. It can be even passions, hobbies, stuff like that. But either way, you're looking for something new, some kind of new place to be in, I feel like there is some kind of new beginning coming in, and I feel like maybe you feel like it's some kind of new fresh start or opportunity for you to start fresh. And I feel like there's a lot of like new ideas, or at least you should open yourself up for all those ideas and like imagination and where it can take you, because I feel like there's like so much opportunities for you and so much like those new things to discover and think about and consider in this new start, but with some imagination, with some visualization about it, you can go wherever you want. So I would like advise you to think about your plans, about what you want to do with this fresh start you want to have. Maybe you should meditate on it, visualize it, manifest it, I also feel like in this new beginning you have right now, there's some kind of responsibilities you have or things to take care of. So it would be useful to take care of those stuff that you feel you need to do, right? Let's see, what are the things that you have to realize some kind of truth about this situation. Okay, let's put that here. And we have a Moon, we have Three of Pentacles, and Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so with this Wheel of Fortune, there's definitely like new start, and like I feel like there needs to be this kind of acceptance that everything that was in the past has to go for this new start to begin. And that from this unfamiliarity, like even though these things are new and you might be scared of those new things, this new environment or this new life, this free space, really, because I feel like maybe even if you are like left with nothing, for some of you, like I feel like it's a very good place to like build something new. And for some of you it might be scary, but I feel like it's either way a great opportunity to create something new in your life, put in the work and actually create something you want to start. See it as an opportunity, not as something to be scared of or run away from. Now let's see what kind of quotes you got. And I like who I'm becoming a lot. and visualize your higher self and start showing up as them. Well, it's all about creating yourself. So whatever you have here, this free space for yourself, use it as a tool to grow, you know, as a person, to create someone you want to be. I feel like this visualization part here is very important for you to, you know, visualize first what you want to do with that opportunity you have to create yourself, who you want to be, or what kind of life you want to create, you know. And from that you can go on and actually do something about it. Because I feel like some of you feel this need and pressure to do something, you know, or start something new, start building something new, but before you go and do something, you have to know where are you going, right? You have to know what are you actually building, you know. So I would say an important message for you in this reading is basically to visualize what you want and where you want to go and how you want to use this free space before you actually move anywhere, you know. So I would use this free space and this free time, or, you know, whatever there is that is empty and it's giving you space for something, try to use it for something new, you know. Try to visualize like the best thing it can become, or you can create to be, you know. And from that you can build whatever you want. Also, I feel like some of you again are scared of this emptiness and this fresh start, but like it's nothing to be scared of. It's just something to be used in a good way, you know. Okay, I feel like I will pull out some more cards for you because it was a very fast reading. So grab number 1. We have 5 of Cups reversed. And we have a star. Yeah, basically I feel like some of you only see like this fear or like this loss of something, because I feel like this emptiness for some of you came with some losing something in quotes, or like something not working out or whatever it might be really. But I feel like some of you don't see the positives in the situation, which is exactly this fresh new start and you know, an opportunity to create and create something new, you know. And I feel like with this card I see like you should put like intention, like visualization and intention is what you should kind of invest in this time, you know. Is this energy of hope and like building something based on hope and faith, not on fear or like you know, seeing that you have nothing, because having nothing in this situation means you can have everything you really want. So I feel like that's a very important message. I would honestly want to pull you out some more quotes for group number 1. Okay. And we have kindness is the language with deaf can hear and the blind can see. Okay. Honestly, with this star, I feel like you just have to be more kinder to yourself, and you just, you know, I feel like some of you might have like the anxiety about this change and stuff, but I feel like that is not kind of like environment you should create for yourself in this situation. Like it's all about this, you know, this point of perception, you know, instead of like being in this point where you feel like nothing is there to be done, like everything is lost or something like that. Like you have to think more in the terms of there's everything to be gained, you know. Like I feel like this message is honestly very simple. Anyway, I hope it helped. I hope it brought you some clarity, group number 1, and let's move on to the next group. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in my next video. Hi, group number 2. Let's see what is the spiritual message for you at this time. What kind of advice can I give you? And your main focus here on your spiritual journey is adventure. Okay, that gives me kind of a positive vibe, honestly. Okay, let's see. We have a Child of Jewels. We have a 4 of Jewels. Okay. We have a 9 of Swords and 6 of Jewels. Okay. So I feel like you're trying to embrace something in yourself, and I feel like this part have a lot to do with like exploring, you know, maybe even in physical sense, like traveling or something like that. Mm. And I feel like there's some kind of cycle you're going through that keeps like maybe repeating itself. But there's something you just have to like embrace. But let's get more clarification on the cards. So we have Queen of Wands reversed and Two of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like you're trying to search for some kind of balance in yourself. But I feel like you're kind of getting lost between what is right and what is not, and what you should do and shouldn't do. Or like kind of what people will have like a perception of you, or what kind of perception you will have on yourself while you do it. I feel like it has to do with the Six of Jewels, where you feel like you want to do something or explore something, but like you're kind of scared like what it will kind of mean for you or of you. Like I feel like you're embarrassed to do something you want to do, and there's some kind of decision to be made. I feel like you just cannot move past the fact of how you're perceiving yourself or how over perceive you. You know, I feel like you feel this kind of embarrassment of yourself. Even though you feel like doing certain things and being free about yourself, I feel like there's some kind of, you know, like you're tearing yourself apart between this free child that wants to like invite people into your life or emotions, and between this person that is embarrassed to do that. And I feel like I get from this card like this feeling of judgment, judging yourself or someone else judging you for that, and being like, you know, embarrassed for you, or you being embarrassed for yourself. I feel like there's like this strong push on presenting yourself a certain way. Okay, let's get more clarification on that. And we have Ten of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles. And also let's see what quotes you got. Peace begins when expectations end, and speak only when you feel your words are better than silence. I get the feeling like you want to do something, but you're like questioning if it's worth it, you know? Like you have this feeling inside of yourself or something you want to really do, but I feel like maybe you're like scared of your reputation. Like, is it really worth to go with it voice and do what you want, even though it might make you feel some kind of way about yourself or others to see you a certain way. So I feel like what you're questioning this time is what to go with and how it will kind of affect you. You know, what is the way to go, what will bring you like this satisfaction. There's some kind of decision to be made, and you're questioning which one is more worth it, which one will bring you more satisfaction in the future, you know? What will fulfill you? This thing or this thing, you know, how you present yourself or how you see yourself, or what you do, or how you express what you want to express, you know? I feel like there's just something inside of you screaming for something, but on the other hand, you like question if it's worth it, you know? Because it would symbolize a certain end for something, it would symbolize a certain change. I just feel like there's some kind of conflict within you, especially in how you perceive yourself. But I feel like certain things are winning over other things. So you have to like decide which one of those like brings you like a real satisfaction and real fulfillment, real peace, you know, within yourself. Is it like fulfilling yourself and like expressing yourself and showing up and screaming whatever is inside of you what you want to express, or is it, you know, going with how you perceive yourself or how you want others to perceive you? Which one brings you more fulfillment? for future especially. I think that maybe there are certain things you want to do or express, and maybe it's about hobbies or about passions or about expressing yourself, and whatever it is, I just feel like you're just so like teared apart between like your inner child and wanting to express it, and between, you know, this over version of yourself that is judging you, you know, for whatever you do, you know, or what you want to express. I feel like maybe you're like scared of being unaccepted by people you love, you know, or people around you, or the, you know, society, or even yourself, or like, I don't know, maybe there's some kind of woman in your life, but you're scared of her judgment, because that's what I'm getting from that. Like some kind of woman, you know, just like criticizing you for it, but it might represent really anyone, even yourself. um, I just feel like there's some kind of like unhealthy relationship with your emotions and like expression, especially with heart chakra, what I'm getting from those necklaces, you know, here. So maybe that's something to work on. Either way, whatever you do, I feel like you're just expecting too much of yourself, you know, and I feel like those expectations towards yourself are kind of ruining your freedom of, you know, expressing yourself. I feel like there's too much like judgment inside of you that's telling you what is right to do and what is not, and because of those expectations you have towards yourself, I feel like you're building a certain image of yourself that is not really giving you space to be yourself in the first place, you know, like this whatever image you're trying to create in yourself. Let me pull out more quotes for you because I feel inspired to do that. But whatever you're trying to like present and do out of yourself and expect yourself to like be, I feel like it's not realistic either way, because we are not like ideas, we are not like, you know, statues, we are like living beings, you know, like we have like life, we wake up every day, do stuff, and you know, our body needs rest, we need rest, and we change all the time, most importantly. Never argue with someone who believes their own lies, okay? I feel like whatever you're trying to do here, like you're finding excuses not to do it, but I feel like it demands courage to kind of be yourself, you know, and go on this adventure. And like, unless you don't go with yourself and you don't explore yourself, you know, you'll still be stuck in whoever you are at the moment, you know. And I don't feel like that's the way to, you know, explore or grow, you know, because I feel like there's so much potential you have, you know. Um, but you're not using it by being stuck in this idea you have of yourself. I feel like you're cutting kind of your wings off. I feel like you have to just like stop expecting yourself to be someone that you're not. Okay, let me pull out some clarification card for you, because that is some messy energy. Let's clarify some stuff for group number 2. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of conditioning your freedom and your expression. I feel like whatever you're kind of doing here is not really healthy for you. Let's clarify group number 2. And we have Ace of Cups. Yes, like I feel like there's this conditioning of your true self and how you feel, you know. I get like there's too much like discipline, but over wrong things, you know. Like you're trying to discipline who you are, but like it doesn't give you any type of freedom, you know. There's no like balance, you know. I feel like some of you might be really like kind of abusing yourself and, you know, not expressing yourself and like judging whatever you think or want to do or your desires, or and I feel like for some of you it is kind of like trauma that was inherited from, for example, some kind of woman in your life, or someone who is just like very judgmental and abusive of a like emotional side, and I feel like it's really like abusing your like emotional health and like how you express yourself. And like I feel like what you have to do is just like realize which one of those is bringing you more fulfillment. Is it like this conditioning and this, you know, practicality and this point of view and judgment towards yourself and who you expect yourself to be, or is it being free, you know, and being free to explore yourself and your desires, you know? I think there's just an overall lack of openness towards yourself, mostly, honestly. Okay, I hope it helps you gain some clarity. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I hope to see you in my next video. Let's move on to the next pile. Hi, pile number 3. Let's see what is the spiritual message for you. What kind of spiritual advice, clarification can we get for you? Okay, so the main energy is Angel of Annihilation. Okay, and let's see what are the cards for you. So we have the Man of Jewels, the Animal of Nature. Okay. I feel like there's some kind of like rest needed, basically. I just feel like you just have to like detoxify yourself and like see at your progress so far. I feel like there's this kind of need for break in whatever you're doing, and just like the need to look back at your progress so far. But I feel like there's just this strong need between like for like resting and detoxifying, you know, and being like at peace with whatever you made so far. But let's get more clarification on that. Okay. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups, the Queen of Swords reversed, and the King of Cups. Okay. I feel like you're kind of overworked, honestly. Like, that's what the vibe I'm getting is. I feel like there's a really like strong pull to doing something in the right way or making the right decision. But there's kind of also this indecision. I feel like maybe you're trying to like create plans for the future, and you're like all the time like overworked, and you're trying to keep moving forward and forward and forward, but like without actual rest. So I feel like if you're having right now like troubles deciding what next, it's probably because it's time for rest, not for going forward. But let's see the quote you got. Be the energy you want to attract. Okay, so Firefly, I get the feeling like you have to just like slow down and take a break to kind of like reflect on what you made so far, so you can decide if it's something you still want and decide what is the right choice for future. But before you do that, you have to like rest. I feel like for some of you, if you're having right now like trouble with something, or like you feel like you have this brain fog, I think like it's mostly because you don't have enough of rest in your life. I also feel like it's important for you to reflect back on what you did so far and if it's going in the direction you wanted to go. I also feel like you should take your time to reflect on the present moment and be in the present moment, because I feel like you're too much kind of in your head and trying to decide about everything, you know. But like I feel like it's important for you to take that rest actually and be in the flow for a little bit, you know, so you won't like keep going into something that is maybe not right for you, you know. But let's see what kind of truth has to be realized about it. Okay, and we have a Magician, we have a Temperance, and we have a High Priestess. Yeah, basically whatever action you're trying to make right now, make sure that it's really like made with patience and with intuition. Like, don't just go and do stuff just because you want to do. It's time to really like take your time with whatever you're making. Like, if there's a decision to be made, You have to like slow down. If there's something for future that you want to plan or go ahead with, make sure it's gonna be made patiently and without hurry. So remember to just take your time and think about it, and don't not even think about it, but I would say really take some rest for your mind, before you decide. I understand that there is some kind of action to be made that you want to make, but I feel like it has to be taken slowly and there's no like rush. You should take it without the rush, you know? It should be something made intuitively and with patience. Something that has to be very balanced, And that's the only way you're gonna make this decision right, Slow down, take a minute to be in the present moment, to reflect on what you did so far, what was, your progress so far with whatever you're making, before you will think about the future, before you will start planning ahead. It's time for like slow action, slow thought through action for you. So take your time to first of all think about what you want to create and what you created so far, to reflect on your energy, on your thoughts, but let's get more clarification on that. For group number 3, what is the clarification for their spiritual journey or advice for whatever they're struggling with? What is the clarification for energy for pile number 3? And we have the King of Cups again. Yeah, I feel like whatever you're doing right now, it's time to like take control over your emotions, because it will be easy for you to mistake the intuition with your feelings, So I feel like it's important, especially if you want to make the right decision, to have your emotions in control, or like be aware of them, or what kind of part they have in your decision making or in your future, And we have the Justice reversed, and we have the Page of Wands. Okay, so I feel like there's some kind of indecision about some practicality, probably, most likely practical stuff like job or like career or some kind of, something new in overall, that you want to take effort towards, and I feel like whatever it is, you're kind of indecisive about it, or maybe you're kind of unsure about it. It's kind of unbalanced, So that's probably what you're struggling with right now. It's deciding about where to go in this new area, but whatever it is, just make sure you're taking like a slow thought through action based on your intuition, and just have your thoughts and your feelings in control. Take time to rest and reflect on what you want in the future, what you did so far in the past, and I think like that is what will help you make a right decision. And I feel like some of you might be scared to go into that new area, but I feel like that is especially because of your emotions, like fear can really like make you undecided about things, but if it comes from the fear, it's not worth like going after this fear. So that's why you need some time to like think and relax and be at peace with whatever is happening right now in your life, so you can decide, and without the emotions controlling you, I feel like also you have to like get in the role of what you would do if you wouldn't be controlled by your emotions, or by whatever it is, I feel like emotions like might play a part in your decisions, and it's probably not the way to go. Or rather, I would say it's like time to realize what part of your life are emotions controlling, actually. Either way, if you want to take action, make it thought through, make it at peace, make it balanced and based on intuition and whatever is supporting your growth, and don't go with fear, don't go with some kind of sabotaging thoughts, I feel like group number 3 are very like full of potential for whatever you want to do, and if there's something new you want to do, just remember to go through it and not based on fear. Either way, I hope it was helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure to stay for my other videos, and thank you so much for watching. Let's move on to the next pile. Hello, group number 4. Let's see what is the spiritual message, spiritual journey of yours right now, and what kind of advice can I get for you. Okay, let's see. So we have a 5 of jewels, we have 10 of jewels, we have 9 of jewels, and we have a tower. Okay. So I feel like you're trying right now to like find your home in a sense, like find something you're comfortable with, or like, you know, I just feel like you're trying to manifest something into your life, and like I feel like there's something very like important for you that you appreciate, and you're just looking back at things to see where to go next with what you have, because I feel like there's something you have to offer towards the world. Maybe in a matter of career, maybe you want to start a career out of it so you can like sustain yourself out of it. I just feel like there's something you really like, and I feel like you're very like satisfied with it, and you want to do something about it. Either way, let me get some clarification on that for group number 4. What is the clarification about it for group number 4? And we have a death reversed. What is this? And we have a page of wands. Okay, I feel like there's something new you want to start out of something you really appreciate, but I feel like you are very scared of whatever change it might bring to you. Let me get some clarification on that, with some kind of realization to be made. And we have 2 of cups, 4 of cups, 8 of pentacles, and page of Knight of cups. Wow, okay, I feel like this is such a simple and really straightforward message. Like, if you won't commit now to whatever you feel so satisfied and happy about, like, the opportunity will just pass right through you, you know? So I feel like if there's something you want to commit to, if there's something that you really, like, feel appreciative of, or like you really like want to protect and care of, whatever it might be career related, or something that just demands of you to make like a practical change in your life, most likely, or any type of commitment, like whatever it is that you really care about. It might be relationship, career, passions, something related to material stuff, maybe a house, maybe, you know, whatever it might be that demands a commitment and change of you. Like, if you won't use the opportunity for that commitment right now, it will pass through you, you know. So I feel like it is important for you to, in this situation, go with whatever is making you happy and fulfilled. And in this situation, this is what makes you happy and fulfilled, you should go for it. I feel like you're trying right now to be objective and reason around those stuff, you know, and try to decide what is good for you and where you should go, but I feel like at this decision you should go with whatever you kind of want to go with, because even though this path might not be kind of the usual one, you know, because I feel like for some of you it's like very unusual path or decision to make, I feel like you won't find it anywhere else. This kind of satisfaction you have right now in this thing, I feel like it's something you will not find anywhere. I feel like it's very unusual, but it's something that makes you happy, you know, especially for some of you. And I feel like it's something worth working on, you know, it's something worth exploring, you know. Whatever there is to be learned from this thing, I feel like it's worth a change, you know. But either way, just remember that if you are not acting on this thing right now, on this inspiration, on whatever this thing that is making you feel happy about it and fulfilled, like, this is just missing the opportunity for something really good, you know. So I feel like you're starting from the wrong place trying to be objective about it, because if something makes you really truly happy and fulfilled, I think it's not something to reason around, you know. It's something to simply go for. I feel like you're trying to like put yourself, like, distance yourself away from it so you can see if it's a good choice. But I feel like if you distance yourself from the feelings of satisfaction you have from it, or whatever is making you happy with it, you know, I feel like you're distancing yourself from the whole essence of why you want to do it in the first place, you know, or the whole, you know, satisfaction you get from it. Either way, if you feel at home with this thing and you really care about it and you're thinking if you should go in that direction, I feel like if you won't commit now, you're only losing the opportunity and the perfect timing to go for it, you know. And if for some of you it's something unusual, you know, I feel like it doesn't change the fact that if it's something that makes you happy, you should go for it. And, you know, obviously there will be consequences and change coming with it, but it's not something to, you know, let decide on the fate of it. Let's see the quotes. Set goals, stay quiet about them. Those are old quotes I made. Well, just read it yourself, I guess. Okay. I hope you got it. Yeah, I feel like with this quote, I feel like there's no one really to be more happy about your goals and achievements than you are, you know? Like, I don't know what it means for you that your goal is like something different. I feel like it has to do with something about education and, or, you know, growing in a certain sense, going in some area, maybe career. Uh, or just something that will help you grow. But I feel like as long as you are happy about this goal, about this achievement of yours, or the way you are picking, I think like there's nothing that should stop you from that. So I feel like the only person you can expect yourself to be happy about that is yourself, and if it's something even unusual, you know, you should still go for it. Let's see the main card, and it's abundance. Yeah, I feel like whatever you're kind of having right now, whatever you're kind of feeling at home with right now, is the most abundance you can get, you know, from life. So I feel like there's no need to like reflect on it, and you should just like go for it like fully. If it's something that really truly makes you happy, and you know you feel like exploring it fully, you know, and if you feel like at home with it, like you should definitely go for it and learn more about it, you know. Let's get some more clarification on that. What's more clarification for group number 4? And we have 5 of cups reversed. I feel like you're trying to see like what are the negatives of it, and we have a 4 of wands reversed. I feel like you try to like see the negatives of it, and you try to like you know, think how it might end bad or whatever like that, but I feel like it's not worth it, honestly. Like, I don't think it defines this thing at all. If it makes you happy, you should go for it. If there's something that makes you happy, you know, there's something that makes you fulfilled, no matter what it means for you and what kind of change it brings for you, like as long as it brings you peace and, you know, fulfillment, you know, I feel like you should commit to it, because I feel like there's some kind of opportunity that is passing just in front of your eyes. Yeah, but let me get like more idea of why is it going on, what is going on with this resistment, with this Tower for group number 4. I feel like maybe you're feeling the commitment, you know. Maybe there's career, but you like, for example, have to have education to work in this area, and maybe you're feeling that you want like educating yourself in that area or something like that. Ace of Wands reversed. Yeah, I feel like maybe you're feeling that you won't have, you know, motivation to work on it, or like that going in that direction will take this motivation away. Maybe you're like want to like have a career in it, but you're like scared that the moment you will go and actually educate yourself in like professional way, it will like take your passion away for it. And I feel like you're having like fears about it, or like, for example, if you start living with your, you know, partner, you will kind of get bored of them or whatever like that, you know. Some kind of like faults like that, but I feel like you're missing, because of them, the opportunity to do that in the first place. And we have the Hangman reversed. Yeah, you're keeping yourself like stuck on purpose, you know. The Hangman reversed in this deck like means that you basically don't have anything that is stopping you besides yourself. it's kind of like self-sabotaging yourself, you know. Let's get one more quote for you, group number 4. Quote for group number 4. Okay. And we have, difficulties in your life don't come to destroy you, they come to help you realize your hidden potential. Yep. So even if you're like expecting something bad to come out of it, I feel like it's important for you to remember that even if you like have difficulties with it on the way, like it's something to just help you grow and realize certain things. So, you know, you won't ever like lose anything through making this decision. You will at least learn from it, you know. So honestly, I feel like for most of you, it's like this commitment, if you don't act on it right now, it's like something you really are missing out on. Yep. Anyway, thank you so much for watching pile number 4. I hope it helped. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye. Hello, group number 5. Let's see what is the spiritual message for you. Let's see what kind of advice I can give you in your situation currently. We have death. We have 7 of jewels, we have 5 of souls, the animal of swords, and the magician. Okay, and let's get you some cards of clarification of what is going practically, what this is about. We have 6 of Pentacles reversed. What's up, pile number 5? What is this all coming from? From what are you learning those things? The Hermit reversed. And the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, I feel like there's some kind of isolation maybe you're going through right now. I feel like there's some kind of like very big closing off from the world, maybe because of certain changes in your life that you cannot accept or get used to. Anyway, I feel like whatever is going on in your life, I feel like a spiritual message for you is to simply let the change come in, you know? Like whatever changes on the way or is happening right now or is actually after the end of it, I feel like it's time to actually accept it and embrace it, you know. I feel like whatever truth there is to be seen, you already see it clearly, and that's why you're isolating yourself, you know, and like not taking any help from anyone, or like, you know, not realizing anything. Because group number 5, I feel like 5 is about change, you know. So I feel like for some of you it applies, but there are some kind of change, and I feel like it's time to start taking action instead of isolating yourself. It's time to like go out there, you know. It's time to start living. Let's see. Yeah, the Death reversed again, the Star, the High Priestess reversed, the 4 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, I feel like you're keeping to yourself, you're like completely isolating yourself right now. There's just like this, I get like this pressure, just like this time has ended to accept this change, but like you're still kind of in the hermit zone, in the isolation mode, like not taking help from anyone. I feel like this, whatever change happened here, has to kind of like come out, and I feel like it will come out once you like express your feelings, your emotions about it, you know. But I feel like you're also using your emotions as a way to keep being isolated. I feel like you're kind of keeping yourself isolated because of your emotions, and I feel like it's time to stop focusing on emotions and on actual action about it. I feel like it's time to finally go out in the world and actually, whatever this change, this trauma for some of you was, this whatever that happened that kept you isolated, I feel like it's time to finally embrace it. Whatever happened, whatever feelings there was, situations, I feel like it's time to actually finally embrace it. I feel like for some of you, everything is kind of like already obvious. I feel like some of you were kind of in that state for a longer time, and I feel like it's already time to like see on your own eyes that this thing has already happened, because I feel like this change, whatever happened here, was like already overdue, like something that already happened and you've been like avoiding it, you know, for a long time. But truth is that this change happened and it won't like go away for you, you know. Whatever happened here, it's something that just has to be accepted and used and embraced. Let me get a quote for you. Exist on your own terms. I feel like for some of you, you kind of like accepted this trauma or feelings or whatever there really was from this death, from this change, trauma, whatever. You accepted it as yourself, and you just decided to kind of make it your life, you know, to like maybe live in this sadness or whatever there was that came out of this change, or like you decided to live through, you know, this resistance towards change. But I feel like either way it's not the way to live, you know. Like it's time to go out there, and you don't have to create your life or think about life in the way that this thing, this change is forcing you to do. Like maybe you have a certain idea of how this change, what this change is bringing into your life, or how your life will look like after this change, you know. And I feel like you're maybe so attached to this idea of it that you're scared to go out there in the world. But the thing is, this change already happened, and how you're living right now is already the life after this change. And I feel like what you don't have to like understand is that whatever you're doing right now on daily basis is your life after it, and you decide kind of what will happen after it. So I feel like some of you has to just face the truth about the situation, and embrace whatever change that came, or whatever feelings you have about this change, and use it in your daily life to like keep pushing forward. I feel like some of you have help from certain people, but you're like pushing them away, or maybe you have friends or family or certain whatever type of support, but you're like keep pushing it away. And I feel like it's time to finally go out there, you know, and let those people help you get out of this hermit zone. I feel like you're kind of running away from daily life, you know, and just resisting this whole change that is happening. And I feel like you're fueled by those emotions, you know, and like you're living attached to those emotions and to this change that happened, you know. But I feel like this time of closing yourself off has to finally pass, you know, if you want to really move on and change. That is my advice for you, to use this change and those feelings you have as a fuel for future, you know, and to face actually the truth, which is life is happening every day and you have to move on finally. Let's see what else is. The High Priestess reversed, the Emperor reversed, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Wands reversed. Yeah, there is like this big attachment to the past. I feel like maybe some of you are like attached to the idea of how life was before this thing happened and after this thing happened. And I feel like you just have this like big sentiment towards past and whatever happened, or you know, maybe someone left, or maybe someone you know, passed away in your life, or maybe certain stage or cycle of your life ended, and whatever it is that left or ended, I feel like you still have like this big sentiment towards it, and you're just so attached to it that you're not seeing the present or future. And I feel like it's just completely stopping you from you know, expressing forcible. I feel like you're very like closed off to people, and you're not even expressing how you feel about those stuff, you know. And I feel like it's just stopping you from daily life stuff, like living, you know, and doing stuff and going for your goals. I feel like you're like maybe very unmotivated towards those stuff, you know. I feel like you lack this big confidence. I feel like some of you are very like hopeless about the future after this past have left, you know, whatever there was in the past but left. And I feel like it makes you have like a very big brain fog, you know, and you're like not seeing the truth or reality of things. Either way, it's time to move on, you know. It's time to like be in the present moment, you know. Okay, the main card is faith. Yeah, and with a star, I would say like the main thing you can do for yourself right now is to basically see for yourself the truth and reality, and be in the present moment, and first of all have faith in the future, in the present moment, you know. And whatever happened, embrace it, you know. Create I wouldn't say it's exactly healthy, but I feel like the way for you to right now leave that stage is to basically embody that change, that whatever happened, you know, and just be proud of it. Be whatever happened in the situation, make yourself proud of yourself for whatever you went through, you know. Like, it's time to have hope and move on, you know, in whatever way you can. It's just time to come back to the real world and face the truth, you know, which is that change that already happened. Like, no matter how much you try to isolate yourself from it, like, I feel like it's important to realize that this change already happened, you know, and there's nothing you can do to kind of change it or go back to it. It just has to be accepted. And the only thing you're doing right now is to try to lie to yourself, or like try to resist this change inside of yourself. But truth is, in reality, that change already happened. And you can even like get used to living and create a new life out of it, or keep being in this resistance towards it, you know, and living in the past, you know. So yeah, kind of a heavy energy, honestly. But point is, whatever you're going through right now, you can change it, you know. You can live on your own terms. You can create your life the way you want to. It doesn't have to be the way you imagine it, without this past or thing you miss, you know. Maybe you're seeing the life as something hopeless or grey, but like, what has to be realized is you create your everyday, you know, and you make it the way you want it to be, which I think is important. Anyways, I hope it helped. I hope it gave you some clarity. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you would like, you can subscribe to see more content like that. And thank you so much for watching. Let's move on to the next pile. Hi, group number 6. Let's see what kind of spiritual message I can give you today and what kind of advice. Okay. Let's see. Let me pull out first for you some kind of current energy. What is the spiritual message coming from? Because I noticed from all of the readings that I'm kind of confused where is this coming from. So for more clarity, let's pull out some kind of baseline energy and events that are making the spiritual lessons come in. What is this spiritual message coming from? And we have the Four of Wands, with some general energy for pile number 6. Spiritual current energy for pile number 6. Okay, we have a Devil. Oh, okay. And we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. And the message is Seven of Swords, Four of Swords, and the Emperor. Okay, so I feel like you're trying to go into the future with some kind of resources, but I feel like you're acting kind of out of your I would say ego or emotions. I feel like you're trying to think practically about stuff, and there's some kind of attachment or fears towards the outcome. And I feel like you're kind of being aggressive in whatever you're trying to do. Maybe you're being in some kind of new cycle of your life, you know, and whatever there is, I see there's some kind of emotional immaturity, some kind of new emotional, you know, thing to learn in this all practicality and whatever you're trying to do or accomplish. I feel like there's some kind of fear or some kind of jealousy or some kind of like ego related emotions, and I feel like because there's some kind of emotional immaturity, you don't know maybe how to control those emotions. And I just feel like there's some kind of fast, like unthought through action. Okay, let's see what kind of truth has to be realized about it. So we have Nine of Cups and the World, and what is underneath all of this, under the surface. So we have King of Cups and Judgment reversed. Yeah, I feel like you just have to take care of controlling your emotions, you know, because I feel like there's some kind of fear of failure or not meeting the expectations, and I feel like it makes you act kind of aggressively or kind of like defensiveness. Yeah, I think that's the right thing, like defensiveness. I feel like whatever you're trying to do or accomplish right now, I feel like you're like fearing some kind of defeat and you're being like defensive about it. Instead of using your resources in the way to creating it, you're trying to defend yourself from whatever there is, you know. But I feel like you have to realize that maybe if it comes to some kind of jealousy or something like that, or trying to gain resources towards something, but because I get here like a feeling of trying to copy someone or trying to just some kind of jealousy, and I feel like maybe you feel like you cannot do it, you know, like maybe you don't have what it takes. But I feel like what you have to realize is that you have whatever you need for whatever you're trying to do for the future. I feel like you have all the resources you need. You just have to use them in the way you want to and can use them, you know? I feel like there's no need to take those resources and whatever you have and whatever you plans you have for future. I don't think you need to like use them for like protecting yourself or like trying to make something out of it that it's not. Like maybe you're trying to like be someone you're not to pass like expectations or do something that someone else does, even though it's about you, not about someone else. Let's get more clarification on that because it's quite messy. Okay, so we have a Death reverse, we have Eight of Wands, and the Sun. So I feel like whatever long-term plans you're making, I feel like you have to make them in the with intention of them making you happy and bringing clarity into your life. So you have to make them with clarity and with like with knowing what you want and what will make you fulfilled, you know, not in a, you know, defensive way or like fueled by fears, you know, or the fear of losing something or not being good enough or like hopelessness, like whatever plans you're like right now forced or like you try to make for future. I feel like it's important for you to be guided by whatever makes you satisfied and content, you know, because I feel like I just get like this feeling in me that maybe you're like trying to make the future expecting the worst outcome, you know, and I feel like it's actually taking your potential away. So whatever you're trying to make or plan here for the future or do for the future, whatever action you're trying to make, I feel like you have to make it with idea in your head that you're having all you need, you know, and just make sure that it's something that actually is bringing you whatever you want. So don't work for your fears, work for your future and for whatever makes you happy. I feel like that makes the most sense. And the main card here is protection. So yeah, I feel like you're trying too much to, you know, work with your fears, you know, and make whatever it takes for you to, you know, feel safe, but not actually fulfilled, you know. So whatever you're trying to make here, remember to have control over your emotions and plan it and do it with the thought of your mind of what you want and what will make you happy, not what will, you know, not through your fears of failure or whatever. And the quote for you is, you are always responsible for how you act, no matter how you feel. And I feel like it applies a lot to this card, which is, you know, being defensive and doing stuff uh, based on your feelings. And I feel like whatever you're doing right now, it's important for you to act through what you want, not through your emotions, you know, and your fears. Because I feel like there's so much attachment to your fears and this lack of control over your emotions and just this emotional immaturity in a sense. But I feel like you're not seeing what you're doing through your emotions. So whatever you're doing right now, remember to like have control over your emotions, to own your emotions, you know, because I feel like your emotions and your fears and whatever there is like making you do things that are not really going with what you're trying to create for yourself, especially if it's like future plans, you know. So I feel like something important to realize, you know, to not fear whatever bad outcome might come out of it or whatever like that, and not defend yourself from anything, but actually to plan ahead, because I know we are trying to make like some kind of long-term decisions or plans or actions, and so just make sure that you're making those plans in having in mind like the outcome you have, not the outcome you don't want, you know. And just remember that you have all you need to kind of get whatever you want, you know. And remember that whatever you do based on your emotions will have kind of consequences and you are responsible for that. So remember to own your emotions and don't let your fears control whatever you're doing, especially long term, you know. Okay, I feel like that's all I have for you, so I hope it brought you some clarity. I hope it helped you. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, and I hope to see you in my next video. Let's move on to pile number 7. Hi pile number 7, let's see what kind of spiritual message there is for you, what kind of advice I can give you. Okay, so we have Ace of Soul and 3 of Blood. Let's see where is it coming from, what is your current situation, pile number 7. And we have King of Wands. And we have 8 of Swords reversed. Okay. Okay, I feel like you're trying to make right now some kind of move towards something, but I feel like it's making you feel kind of caged, you know? I feel like whatever your situation you are right now, you're kind of like caged in your thoughts or overthinking about it. You know, you feel like you are caged, you know? And I feel like before you kind of like make any decision about anything, if there's like a decisions to make, it's like realizing how many options you have, you know, and opportunities. And like whatever is your choice, whatever opportunity you pick, just remember to go into it or choose it based on what is like most important for you. So realize what is kind of guiding you, you know, what is this kind of starting point for you in everything you do, so you can go into whatever you do with this kind of motivation and this kind of baseline, you know. But let's get more clarification on that. What is underneath all of it? What is under the surface? So we have a Moon reversed and 2 of Swords. Okay, I feel like maybe you're trying to do some kind of decision, as I said, but I feel like you're being very trapped in your own head about it. I feel like there's some kind of decisions or like some kind of unbalance in you, you know? And you're kind of trapped in your own delusions. Like whatever you're thinking right now about, I feel like all that is kind of like being the main point is your like kind of self-sabotage, because this card is all about your own self-delusions and stuff. So I feel like if you're feeling lost right now or like caged on like, you know, blinded and like you have this like this brain fog and don't know what to do, I feel like it's important that you realize first of all what is most important for you, and second of all that you are free to make any decisions and have any opportunity you have. Like there's a lot of options, and just consider all of the options you have before you kind of like, you know, feel lost or whatever. Like if you're feeling that way right now, just realize that there is so much you can put your energy into, you know. You just have to own your actions, because I feel like because you are so feeling so caged or like confused, you don't know what to do with what you do, you know. I feel like there's some kind of confusion about your daily life and what you're doing actually, and I think the way to get out of it is basically realizing what is your main driving point, and second of all, that you have many options to choose from, and to consider all of them, to consider all of the perception about them, you know. Let's see more clarification about your situation. We have a Hangman reversed, we have the 10 of Wands reversed, we have a Tower reversed, and 7 of Wands. Okay, I feel like you're kind of keeping yourself in this suspense mode where you have to like choose and pick and you have to do something, but because you're so undecisive about something and you're not giving yourself time to choose, but you're like pressuring yourself to take action on something, I think that's why your action is so kind of like misguided, you know, because you don't know what you want to do in the first place, and because you're pressuring yourself, you're like kind of like a whole mess, you know, I would say. I feel like you're kind of like over the edge, and I feel like it's time for you to kind of stop, you know, and to think first of all and refresh your mindset about stuff, you know. I feel like there's a need for that, to kind of look objectively, because I feel like because you're all the time in this survival mode, it's keeping you away from seeing the things as they are. And point is like, because you're kind of in the survival mode, you're not seeing all the opportunities you have, because you're living through the fear, so you're not living through the freedom of seeing stuff that you can actually do about them. There's like this, I just feel like a lot of exhaustion and like needing to take a break, like literally needing to take a break, you know. Okay, but let's see what quote you got this time. It's happiness is not about getting all you want, it's about enjoying all you have. Okay, so that's a quote, and the main energy is empathy. Okay, as I feel like it's all about you changing your perception of things, and just stopping for a minute, you know. And I feel like whatever you're trying to do right now, or whatever is the reason for you to feel lost, I feel like whatever the way to go back out of it and find a way from it back or out of it is basically realizing what is most important for you, especially if you're like in some troubles or having like a mess in your head, you know. I feel like it's important for you to simply realize what is most important for you, and what you prioritize the most, and what you care about the most, and what is kind of bringing you the most passion, you know. And then based on that, you can then see your options once again, you know, and see where you want to go, and with this new perspective on life. This perspective is the only perspective you need to see through what is like most important for you, what you prioritize, what is bringing you the most passion, you know, what is your kind of drive for whatever it is you're confused about, you know. Like, you just have to remember what is it that is like the essence of it for you, what is making you most happy or passionate about this thing, whatever it is, you know. Stop living through survival, start living through the freedom of choice, you know. I feel like this is important, because right now you're pressuring yourself just to do something, but whatever you do, point is, whatever you do right now, it's not something that is anyway productive, because you're not doing anything you actually want to do, you're just doing it out of pressure to do something, you know. So stop and take a look on what it is that is bringing you the most, you know, what is the essence of why you want to do something in the first place, you know. This card is all about like essence, you know. And then based on that essence of whatever it is you're focusing on right now, it might be, for example, career. Yeah, let me do an example, because I feel like I'm not explaining it correctly. If you are in career right now, like, it's important that you would realize, for example, what made you be on that career path in the first place, or if you are in a relationship, make sure like you know why are you in that relationship in the first place, and from that point then you can see your perception, you know, better, and add your options and opportunities you can make based on that. It has to be based on that. Whatever you're doing right now, don't make it based on survival pressure, you know, confusion, house. If you need, take a break, you know. I understand nothing is stopping you, you can act anytime you want, but like without rest you are not going anywhere, you know, without setting this intention and this main starting point from yourself, for yourself. If you're overwhelmed, if you cannot do anything, it's time to take a break, you know. It's okay to sometimes just take a break yourself, you know. I feel like there's all this mess in your head and it has to go, basically. You need to see stuff clearly, you know, because without it you will not see anything that is there. No more survival mode for you. It's time to like take a rest and be more in your feelings, because I feel like what you're trying to do right now is like pressure yourself, you know, or like be in this practical mode where you have to like do something and be motivated and do those stuff. I feel like that's the point. You're trying to like force yourself to be motivated or do stuff, you know. But I feel like it's time to rest and actually take care of your emotions first before you do anything, you know. I feel like there needs to be this kind of inner peace before you do something and decide what you want to do. So I feel like it's about just, I feel like if you just realize the simple thing why you're doing it in the first place, it will like bring you a lot of abundance. Because what you're trying to do right now is to do something and force a certain action, but if it's not like focus on essential thing, it's not something that will bring you any value either way. Okay, I think like that's all I have for you. I hope this clarity helped you. Let me know in the comments down below what do you think about that. If you want more content like that, you can subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and let's move on to the next part. Hi, group number 8. Let's see what I have for you in store. What kind of spiritual message and advice is there for you? Okay, so let's pull out for some kind of clarification on your current energy, so we can have some kind of baseline. So pile number 8, group number 8, what is going on for you currently? And we have 8 of Cups reversed. And what else is going on for you, but it can be a base for you currently? Number 8, what is your current situation? Pile number 8. What is your current situation? What is going on? Okay, and we have High Priestess reversed and 3 of Wands reversed. Okay. And spiritual message from it are those. Okay. Okay, I feel like you're kind of on the edge of leaving something, you know? I feel like you're on the edge of like giving up on something, leaving something, you know? But I feel like something is still kind of holding you back from doing it. Because I feel like maybe you don't have any plan for yourself for the future. Like maybe you will leave this thing, but like what then, you know? Also, some of you might be before leaving it, but I feel like, or like on the edge of leaving, but I feel like some of you already did this, but like you don't kind of, you're very like lost after doing that, and you don't know how to kind of deal with that change or living with. And I feel like some of you are like very emotional about it, and I feel like there's some kind of like fear, a lot of like fear about what's next, you know? So whatever you made the decision or didn't yet, you know, whatever it is, I feel like you're still kind of scared of what comes after it, and I feel like you don't have any type of plan for yourself after leaving this thing, whatever it might be really. But either way, I feel like there's this kind of edge. We feel like kind of in this very like suspense mode. But I feel like whatever this suspense mode is bringing you, whatever this fears is bringing you, is to put you on the edge of kind of rediscovering yourself and actually, you know, basically hitting where it hurts the most, you know, and forcing yourself to go where you actually want to, because I feel like whatever this thing is that you left, it was stopping you from actually doing something you want. But I feel like for some of you it's really hard to like take this next step after it, you know, or take the step to leave this thing in the first place. I feel like some of you are really like emotionally attached to this thing that you left, and I feel like it's either for some of half of you to like hard to first of all leave it in the first place, and for over half of you it's hard to take the next step after it, you know. And both actually. Either way, I feel like some of you like really need to rest and like support yourself before you kind of move on. I feel like it's like a hitting spot for you, kind of like connecting back with yourself. I feel like you need support, but mostly from yourself, honestly. I feel like some of you need to like really hold your hands and like be like, hey, I'm with you, you know, we are in this together. Like simply to yourself. I feel like there needs to be some kind of reconnection with yourself and your emotions, you know, and some kind of self-support, basically. I feel like that's all you need, really, to connect back to yourself, to really like feel the pain, but don't let it control you, I feel like it's important to grieve this thing, but not to like be controlled by it. I feel like it's time to like take a rest and and support yourself at this time. I feel like connection with yourself or nature, or whatever it is that helps you connect with yourself, it's very important right now for you. With whatever change or like living you are going through, and it's okay to not like know where you're going, but I feel like whatever is it that makes you not see yourself in the future is because you don't trust yourself. You don't see yourself trustworthy of that future. And I feel like the way to go about it is to actually trust yourself, to actually understand that you're the only one who is making your future, and you're the only one that can be trusted on it, So I feel like the moment you regain this trust to yourself, because I feel like whatever it was, this thing that you are living or are living, I feel like it was making you quite codependent on it. And like, I feel like now that you're living this thing, it makes you kind of more connected and like codependent on yourself. And that forces you to kind of have this trust to yourself. And the moment you regain this trust, the moment you're on this edge of having to reconnect to yourself and be with yourself alone, I feel like this is the moment where you will know where to go and how much there actually is to be explored. I feel like that's a very important message. Anyway, let's see what is the truth to be realized about this situation. Yeah, basically at this time period right now, you have to know what is the right decision for you. If there's something that is hurting you, you have to first of all face it, whatever it is, even if it's like before you left, if it's something about this thing that is hurting you, you have to face it, and after, if it is even your own pain about leaving, you have to face it, because it shows you where to go. If it's something hurts you about the situation that you didn't left yet, it's showing you that you have to leave the situation, and if you left it already and you're still feeling hurt, the only way to move on from this pain is to also face it. Whatever it is, the only way to actually move on to something that serves you better is to face the pain that you're feeling and do something about it, to face the truth about it. Because there is truth to be realized, either if you didn't left yet or even when you left. Both. It is time to like look on things in truth, to face the fear, to face the pain you're feeling, to realize that something doesn't serve you anymore. Be it your this thing that you're living, and later on be it, for example, your lack of trust to yourself. Whatever it is, you have to face it in order to realize that it's not something that is serving you. Because as long as you're comfortable with hurting or something constantly keeping you away from growing, you're not gonna leave. You have to decide for yourself that you're leaving this thing because it doesn't serve you anymore, and only after you realize that you can move on. It's time to see the truth, and only then you can move on with practicality. After that, practical plans will be nothing. The moment you trust yourself and see the truth, the practicality will come itself, and you will see where to go in the future, but it's just because you don't see the future or trust it or trust yourself on making one, it doesn't mean you have to keep suffering and being in this place, Okay, let's see the quotes we have for you. We are only as blind as we want to be. Wow, okay. That applies so well. Yeah, basically what they said, like, you cannot move on unless you see the truth, unless you see that something is hurting you and not serving you. The second one is, don't treat people as bad as they are, treat them as good as you are. Okay? I feel like it also applies to you. Like, if you're in some kind of hurtful or challenging situation where you're being like abused, or where you're not being appreciated, or whatever it is but it's not, for example, especially if it's making you like have less self-worth. If it does, I feel like it's important for you to realize that you are also a person and you deserve kindness for yourself, from yourself, forcible too, you know. So even if someone is treating you badly or talking about you badly, it doesn't mean you have to treat yourself that way too. I feel like for most of you it applies mostly for yourself, you know. But it also might apply for some of you. For example, if you want to like live in a certain way, like just remember that you don't have to treat this situation or this person the same way they treated you. You know, in the same way, you don't have to let yourself be treated that way by people. You can just live for your own good. And the main card is intuition. Yeah, I feel like you're very like disconnected from yourself. As I said, I feel like there's this lack of trust to yourself, and I feel like you're not gonna move anywhere unless you start trusting yourself and being there for yourself forcible. Okay, group number 9. I feel like it was a very important spiritual message for you. I hope it helped. I hope it brought you some clarity. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And if you want to see more content like that, subscribe. Let's move on to the next pile. Thank you. Hi, pile number 9. Let's see what is the spiritual message for you. What is the spiritual advice I can give you? Let's pull out first some kind of baseline for what is going on currently in your current energy. What is this all based on? Grab number 9. Okay. And we have a Temperance and 2 of Cups reversed. And 8 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so that is your baseline, current energy, whatever is happening right now. I feel like you're waiting for something and it's kind of keeping you away from doing something, but let's see what is the spiritual message of it, if that's the case. Okay, I feel like you're trying to put energy into something and I feel like it's not quite working, you know. Whatever you were doing before that was working, I feel like this thing is just simply not working right now, you know. And I feel like it's time to embrace the fact that it's not working, because I feel like some of you try to be like calm and keep yourself like believing that this thing will currently work, but I feel like some of you have to realize that this thing, that whatever you're doing, like time will not make it work. Like you have to realize this thing is not working and just accept it, you know. Or for example, some of you, I feel like some of you are trying to make something work when it's already not working and it's already like done, you know. So I feel like some of you have to accept the fact that this is not gonna work, and I feel like it's either that this thing is not gonna work at all, or like this thing, the way you do it is not gonna work, you know. So some of you have to accept it, because I feel like some of you are kind of lying to yourself that this thing is gonna work if you do it long enough, but I feel like it's not the case, and you just have to embrace that fact, you know, that this is not working, this is the end of the cycle or this thing, you know. Let's see what is underneath that. Yeah, we have 5 of Pentacles and Knight of Swords reversed. I feel like you're trying to forcefully make this thing work, because you're feeling lost. I feel like this is the only way you feel like you can make it work, and you're trying and trying and trying, but I feel like it's not working. Let's see the truth about the situation. And it's 3 of Cups and 7 of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like you're just like waiting for this change or this your effort to kick in, and I feel like you're ready to celebrate it, but I don't know, honestly. It doesn't I feel like you're not seeing exactly the whole picture of the situation, and you're just picking up only on what's good, you know. I'm getting here like a vibe of toxic positivity, honestly. Maybe let's pull out more cards on that. What is the truth about the situation that is not being seen? What is some truth to be realized? And we have a Chariot Chariot. Sorry, not reverse. Yeah, I feel like it's just time to pick up the new direction. I feel like you're so focused on making this thing work as it is that you're not seeing that it's not working, and it's just time to kind of like move on in this new path, you know? I feel like it's time to find the new direction for that. I feel like it's something you're not realizing, but it's time to move on to whatever it means, you know? What else is there to be realized about it? What kind of truth is there to be realized for pile number 9? And we have a 5 of swords. Yeah, I feel like there's no point of fighting for it anymore the way it is. It's either about the way you're doing it or about the thing itself. I feel like there's just so much to work through in the way you're doing it or in the thing itself that you're not seeing like why it didn't work in the first place, you know? I just feel like there's just like this need to move on to something fresh and new, you know? It might be either the way you do it or the thing itself, but either way, the way you do it is not working, you know? This thing is not working and you're not seeing it. And it's time to accept it, you know, and move on. And I feel like this realization is kind of hard for you to realize. Anyway, the main energy is the Angel of Heralds, which is, yeah, basically seeing the truth as it is without having to fake it, you know, because I feel like as I'm saying, some of you, I'm getting like a really like toxic positivity energy. Let's see what is the quotes you got. If the plan doesn't work, change the plan but never a goal. Okay, that actually applies so much. Yeah, I basically feel like that for most of you it's about the way you do it. It's basically accepting that it doesn't work, you know. And the second, always go with your passions, never ask if it's realistic or not. Okay, alright. Yep, I feel like, yeah, for most of you, it's about realizing that just the way you do it is not working, you know? But to keep going, you know? And give it time and patience, you know? Okay. I feel like some of you might have some kind of fears, you know? But I feel like you should embrace the what makes you want to do it in the first place and basically give it time and effort. But like, I feel like some of you at this moment don't realize that it doesn't matter how much time and effort you give something if you're not doing it correctly, you know? So if something is basically not working, just move on and do the other different thing that will make it work, you know? I feel like some of you are lost and that's why you kind of keep doing whatever you can. But like, it's time to keep going, and if you cannot figure something out, just ask some people for support and to help you, you know, to work on this together, you know, especially if it comes to like relationships or something like that, or like some kind of project you have to do. Either way, look at the bigger picture and be focused on the goal you have, first of all, about it. Either way, thank you so much for watching. I hope it brought you some clarity. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and bye bye.